Hi there, I'm Eddie. Thanks for practicing yoga with me today. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give my video a thumbs up. Thank you. Hello, everybody, and welcome to yoga today. So happy that you're here. Looking forward to a practice with you once again. Remembering that practice is just a continual effort that we make, a continual purification, a continual ritual that we engage in to clear our minds, to clear our perspective, to open our bodies, to align our energy, and you just got to keep doing it. And it really can be a joy. The process of doing it should be the joy. So, here we are engaging in it once again. You brush your teeth every night, every morning, keep them nice and clean. You engage in your practice again and again and again, and just keep your inner being nice and shiny and sparkly and clean. So that's what we're going to do today. My name is Eddie. If you don't know me, I'm happy that you're here. Welcome. If you are new and if you have any injuries or anything like that, or you just need to go slowly, please just go slowly, right? If you have any specific questions, talk to me after class, send me a chat, and we can work on it individually. But I want you to modify to the best of your ability as you're going through the practice. And if you don't know how to modify, just stop for a minute and join us again when you feel like you're ready to join in. Now, briefly before we begin the physical practice, I just want to share one thing with you that kind of struck me or is on my mind this morning. Many, many years ago, when I kind of first started my yoga practice, I was in my early 20s and I was just kind of trying to find the path of my life. And I had a note that I had handwritten, and I think I put it on my mirror or something like that. And it said, "If you don't get lost, how can you find your way? If you don't get lost, how can you find your way?" And that was meaningful for me. This morning, I was actually listening to a talk or a lecture from my teacher, and there was a sentiment that reminded me of that note that I used to have on my wall. And what they said was, if you don't experience confusion, how can you know what clarity feels like? If you don't experience confusion, how can you know what clarity feels like? And what it speaks to is this idea that we come to find our way through experiencing, in a sense, that which we don't want. When you know you're experiencing confusion and then you move towards clarity, the light bulb really goes on. But if you didn't have that experience of confusion, you wouldn't know what it feels like to get clear. If you've never been sick, you don't really know what it feels like to get well. So it's the contrast that we go through in life that helps us to kind of define our journey. When you feel lost, you'll know energetically once you've started to find your way again. Point being, the reason that I had the note, the reason that my teacher was talking about it in this lecture, don't beat yourself up when it feels like you're off course. Don't beat yourself up when it feels like you're in a state of confusion. Don't beat yourself up when it feels like you're in sadness or when you're in anger or whatever it is. That experience is providing you with the contrast that will propel you in the direction that you ultimately want to go. It's helping you to define and to feel what it's like when you come back into alignment. So you got to know a little bit what it feels like to be out of alignment in order to travel back into alignment. So we're just developing our inner guidance system and moving through life, experiencing some hardships, and then knowing what it feels like to move into ease. So the things that we don't want help us to define what it is that we do want. Don't beat yourself up wherever you are on this incredible journey. Don't beat yourself up. Just know where you want to go based on sometimes where you don't want to be. Bring your hands together at your heart. So, acceptance, self-acceptance, knowing that we live in a world of duality, and it's the contrast that provides clarity, and just a willingness and an acceptance to embrace your journey. When you're lost, when you're on the way, when you're lost, when you're on the way, rub your hands, make them nice and warm. Kindness to yourself, acceptance of yourself, forgiveness of yourself when you get lost, when you get confused, when you get angry, when you get depressed. Hands to your heart. Slow, deep breath in. Hold it. Exhale. Let's do it again. Inhale, move the energy. Hold it, lift it, lift it. Exhale that out. Let's do it again. Inhale, slowly. Hold it. Really, really good. Exhale your breath out. Chanting Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. One more. Inhale. Om. Good. All right, open those eyes up, everybody. Let's just move our spine a little bit, get some energy flowing. Then we're going to do a breath of fire exercise, and we'll jump into the flow. Put your hands on the fronts of your shins. Put your hands on your knees. Move that body. Come forward. Inhale. Exhale. Round it back. Let's go. Inhale and exhale and inhale. Okay, I want you to go at your own pace. Loosen it up. Close your eyes. Start to just embrace your own journey. All right, inhale, lift yourself all the way up. Hold it in for just a moment. Exhale all your breath out. Really good. Inhale, let's take our arms, reach them up to the ceiling. Interlace those fingers, turn your palms up nice and flat to the sky. Shoulders are going to drop down your back. Now maybe you can open your breastbone. Maybe you lift your chin a little bit, getting that feeling of back bend. Go ahead and take your right hand. We'll go out to the right. Left arm is going to come over your ear. Sometimes people say, oh, I feel like I'm off my path. I'm off my path. I don't have a purpose. I'm off my path. You can't be off your path. Because even the moments when you're lost, even the moments when you're confused are providing you with the insight to figure out what it is that you don't want. Inhale, come on all the way up. It's such an important thing to remember. When you know what you don't want, then you can know what you do want. And as you begin to align yourself more mentally with what you do want and open yourself to it and start to believe that it's possible for you to have the things you want and move in the direction that you want and live the life that you want, you just start flowing, feeling more ease. Come on all the way up. So often we just block ourselves with negative beliefs, false beliefs, negative stories. I've messed up, I lost that opportunity, I messed it up. No, you didn't. You just gained more clarity and more insight. Let's go the other way. The path you're on, the path I'm on, the path we're on is eternal. We're zigging, we're zagging, and eternally just finding our way. All right, come on back to the center. Take your arms, reach them up and out like this. Many of you know this exercise. Pull your fingers into your hands. Thumbs are up like you're hitchhiking. Arms are out like a V. Eyes are closed. You're looking at the front of your forehead, third eye point. Now do your breath of fire if you know it. Just get started. I'm going to describe it to those of you that don't know it. Easiest way to learn it, stick out your tongue, pant like a dog. It's strong bursts of breath out, panting like a dog. If you know it, tongue is in and you're doing it through the nose. And if you don't like that at all, just take long, deep breath. We're here for another 20, 30 seconds. Inhale, thumbs will touch above your head. Inhale, straight arms. Pull them thumbs to touch. Shoulders down, breastbone is open. Pop your fingers wide. Comb down. Comb your hands down. Now pull that debris out of your sphere. Pull the doubt out. Pull the fear out. Pull the frustration out. Just let it merge into the ground and sit for one moment. Hands in your lap. Clear light. Clear being. I'm perfectly aligned on my path. I'm learning everything that I need to know. I'm embracing the lessons. I'm enjoying the growth. All right. Nice deep breath in and out. Okay, I feel like we've had a really good start already. Let's open our eyes up and let's bring ourselves all the way up to a standing position. So come on up to the front of your mat. All the way to the front of your mat. You guys are so eager. You know, all I have are these little tiny 1-inch thumbnails on my screen, but I see like all this movement. So hopefully you're not getting up and going and getting a cup of coffee, but you're coming to the top of your mat. Thumbs together at your breastbone. Shoulders are going to relax down. Let's bend our knees just a hair, yeah? Just a crack in your knees. If you have a tight back, bend your knees more. That'll help you as you go down. Inhale all the way to the sky. Exhale down. Come on forward. Let that spine go. Let your head go. Look to the front and inhale. Exhale. Arms out, chest up. And exhale, hands at your heart. Now again, bend your knees if you're tight. Even put your hands on your knees if you need support. Inhale up. If you can, it's a big swan dive. Off the diving board, you go forward. Catch the ankles or the shins, look forward. Fold to your legs. Arms out, chest up. And hands at your heart. So what we're doing is warming our body, really establishing the rhythm of the breath. Up, inhale, exhale, fold forward. Inhale. And exhale. So if you listen to the way I call it out, inhale, and hands at your heart, exhale. It's very even, very rhythmic, very metered. Inhale up, exhale down. I'm kind of the conductor keeping time. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Relax your head, stay in that forward bend. Let's take about 5 or 6 deep breaths in and out. Good. If you think about an orchestra, it's really a blend of so many different instruments, and each instrument is playing a different part in the symphony. The one thing that we try and do, the one thing that the whole orchestra is achieving is staying in time, however. Everyone is unique, everyone has their own part,
We're trying to stay in time here, in time with the deep, slow breath. Let's take one more in and get it all the way out. Now put your hands on your shins. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step back to the top of your push-up. This is plank pose. I want you to hold this here. Let's take about 5 or 6 deep breaths. Now, here's one suggestion. Some of us will try and roll all the way forward onto our tiptoes. So I'm actually balancing my entire body on the big toe, only on the tip of the big toe. Some of you may put your knees down on the ground. Anything is fine. Give it a couple more breaths. But squeeze it. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your belly, squeeze your arms. Take a breath in and come on down all the way to the floor. Let's take our cobras. Shoulders roll back, hearts coming through. Now make it expressive. Really greet that sunlight and exhale. Come on down. Do it again. Roll back, shoulders down, heart up. Oh, exhale it down. We're doing good. Let's go again. Up. Exhale down. Now here's the last one. Either come into cobra or slide your hands back a little bit and come to upward facing dog. We're going to hold it for 5 breaths. You can see my up dog. My thighs are lifted. My arms are straight. Cobra, you would be back down on the ground with bent elbows. Let's take about 2 more. And last one. Inhale and roll it back. You're going to come into your first downward facing dog. Okay, let's walk in place a little bit and explore our legs. And we'll do about 3 more breaths. Confusion can give birth to clarity. One more. Looking forward and inhale. Bend your knees lightly, step or jump. Open and inhale. Exhale. Take your arms out. Come on all the way back up. Okay, how about we throw in a full sun salutation? We did it. Now we're just going to flow through it. Okay, if you have to move more slowly, move more slowly. Inhale, your arms come out and up. Exhale, fold down. Look to the front. Put those hands down, step yourself back and lower. Now I'm going to hover, but maybe you're on the ground. I'm going to do up dog. Maybe you'll do cobra. And we go back, and we're going to take a couple breaths. Get familiar with downward dog. Looking forward, bend your knees, step, jump, hop, get to the front, open halfway. Exhale, fold in, stay with me, stay with my rhythm. Inhale up, exhale, hands at your heart. Again, just like that, up, exhale down. Look to the front, and exhale, step or jump yourself back as you're breathing out, lower down. Maybe you do cobra, maybe up dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. I'm going to start to vary it on the next round, make it a little bit more exciting for you. Shake out your head a little bit. Open your head. Imagine like a shower faucet and all the water is just pouring out of it. Let your thoughts go. Just be clear. Be empty. Look forward. Bend your knees. Lightly step or jump forward. Open. Exhale, fold. Sweep your arms out. Exhale. Let's do it again. Inhale. This will be our last full round like this, and then I'll start to add things to it. Look to the front, gently step or jump back, and move on through. Emptiness is a state of receptivity, a state of being open, receiving that universal flow, receiving the energy. So you want to clear your mind, you want to empty your vessel, and make space for the new insight to flow in, for the recharging of energy to flow in, for the clarity to flow in, for the well-being, the health, all to flow in. Look forward and inhale. Bend those knees, step or jump forward, opening halfway. Okay, we've made it through that sequence. Take your arms, let's go out, come on, all the way up. What if we kind of take it on to the next level of this sequence now? I'm going to bring my hands to point down towards the floor right alongside the body. Breastbone is up, inhale, and exhale, bend those knees. Now, first things first, let's let our fingers try and touch the floor. And if we can't quite do that, we could get blocks or we could even put our hands on our knees. But what I'm trying to get you to do is just work your legs a little bit. Let your head go. Don't press with your fingers. Just let your fingers lightly graze the floor. Let's let our legs burn. 3. Drop your butt. 2. One more. Okay, Utkatasana, chair pose, chest, arms, heart, lift it, tail under. We can do this. You could straighten more, you could sink more for challenge, whatever you need. Inhale here, exhale, come on down. So we're going to start to break it apart once again. Let's look to the front. Let's exhale, put our hands down, step back to the top of your push-up in plank pose. Now, take it to side plank on your right side. Advanced people immediately go into it. People who need the variation, look at me. Right knee down, left foot flat on the floor, left hand up to the sky. Okay? That's your basic. Right knee, right hand are supporting you. More advanced, both legs are straight. I'm demonstrating it now. Maybe that top arm swings over your head and you're going to lift. Maybe you're going to take your legs and open them like you're scissoring them apart. That is a really hard variation. Take one more. Come on through the center. Some of you feeling very macho, you want to go through another push-up cycle, do it. Otherwise, we're going to come on to side 2. Roll onto the left side. I'm going to show the basic. I drop my left knee. I spun my right foot on the ground. Right hand up. Isn't this good? Breathing. Now I'm going to go on. If you can join me. Otherwise, keep your knee on the ground. Straighten both legs. Maybe I'm going to take my arm, reach it over my ear. Maybe I'm going to spread my legs like a scissor. Any variation is fine. Stop where you need to stop. Come on back through the center. And all you macho men and macho women out there, you want to do it with me? Move through another push-up cycle. Otherwise, you're in down dog. Okay? Here we go. From downward facing dog, I want you to take your right leg. First thing, lift it all the way to the ceiling. Roll your hip open. Now, let's say your shoulders are tired or you can't really do this. Put your left knee on the ground and lift your right leg. That would be fine. But otherwise, we're going to do a little crunch here. So when I exhale, I'm going to pull the right knee forward and try and touch the nose, knee to nose, bring it forward. Inhale, take it back. Now I'm going to exhale, bring my right knee to my right arm. Try and touch your right elbow or your right arm. Inhale, back. Now twist right knee to left arm. That's the last one. Step your right foot all the way up between your hands. Get into your lunge for just a moment. Let's all meet here. I don't want to run too fast ahead of some people. Start with your fingertips down on the ground. Breathe. Now take your back foot, spin it on the ground. Take your time to come up. We're getting into a warrior one. And we're going to breathe. Now again, try and feel this posture. Feel the shape of your body. Feel the structure of your body. But imagine like a tube. You are hollow on the inside. You're an empty, open vessel, an empty chamber through which the energy can flow. No obstruction. Free of thinking. Just experiencing. Feeling that flow. Let's take 5 more. One more here, in and out. Now you could straighten your leg if you needed to. Take your hands, bring them behind your back. Interlace your fingers, squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift your breastbone. Some of you are tighter in your shoulders. Put a towel, put a strap between your hands, something like that. Exhale, come on forward. I'm going to try and lower my shoulder down to my knee and relax my head and lift my hands. If that's too much for you, put your fingertips down on the ground. Lean forward with your fingers on the floor. That's fine. The point is that you're breathing and you're opening, you're challenging yourself. Take one more. Very good. Release your hands down. Take your right foot back to downward facing dog. You could be on your knees. You could be in down dog. You could flow through a vinyasa. Okay. Same thing. You could be on your knees and lighten this, or you could be in downward dog and do it. Left leg is going up to the ceiling. Now just hold it for a second. It'll be much lighter if your right knee is on the ground. We're going to move into the crunch, 3-part crunch. Exhale, knee to nose. That's 1. Right forward. Inhale back. Exhale, left knee is going to touch the left arm or go as close as you can. Inhale back. Left knee is going to go to the right, so we're twisting. Inhale back. And step that foot forward. I'm going to give you time to get there. So even if you have to stand up and then get into the lunge, take your time, get there. Fingertips on the ground. Spin your back foot on the flat, on the ground, hands up. All right. You know, there's this Buddhist parable that I will have to kind of paraphrase the story of while we hold this here. But a student asked the master to share something with him or tell him something or whatever it is. And he says, go bring me a teacup and a teapot. And so the student goes and he gets the teacup and the teapot. And he starts filling the cup with tea. And he just keeps filling it and filling it and filling it. And the tea is spilling over and the tea is spilling over and the tea is spilling over. And the student says, why are you doing that? It's full and it's spilling over. And he says, because you can't add something when you're already full. You've got to be empty to receive. You got to be empty to receive. So let go of the notions, let go of the past, let go of your mind. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Just be empty vessel and receive. If you're already full, it just pours right off. Release your hands down. Emptiness is not a bad thing. Emptiness is a state of receptivity. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, interlace your fingers. Exhale, fold down. Let your head go. Maybe lift those arms, but if you need to, put your fingers on the ground, touch the floor. That'll be fine. You're still in your lunge. Very good. Let's take our breath in and touch the floor and step ourselves back. Some of you will be in child's pose, some of you will be in down dog, and some of us are going through another push-up cycle. Very nice. Okay. Our time is flying. I don't know why. It must mean we're having so much fun. Isn't that right? Let's look to the top of our mat, everybody, and get forward. Open halfway. Sweep out, come on up. It's always a sign that you're in the zone when the time just slips away. Engagement in what you're doing, that's yoga, to be in it, to be present with it, whether it's your work, whether it's gardening, whether it's, knitting, whether it's practicing physical postures. When you're really doing something and engaged in it, it becomes timeless. Okay, standing up nice and tall right here. Feel the vibration in your body, right? Feel that nice empty vessel. No thoughts, no blocks, no obstructions, no past, no future. Just an emptiness that is receiving. It's like when your cell phone is dead and you plug it into the wall, it receives a full charge. Just feel yourself getting that full charge. Let's have another moment. Okay. What I'd like to do is a combination of a balancing sequence. I'll describe it to you briefly. It's going to be tree pose. It's going to move into warrior three. And from there, we're going to step back into a hamstring stretch. So if you want to check it out for just a moment, why don't we do it on our left leg first? We'll keep the right foot forward because you'll be able to see it better in the camera. So get your right foot down and then take your left foot. Let's all be on the same side here. Make sure it's your left foot that you're lifting up into tree pose, Vriksasana. Okay, I could hold my ankle, I could put my foot against my calf, I could keep my big toe on the floor. That doesn't really matter. I'm going to bring my foot to my inner thigh. Now I'm finding a focal point, looking at something in front of me, and then those hands are rising all the way up. So that's our first pose. I told you the second pose is warrior three. If you need to come out and look at me, if you don't know what that is, that's fine. I'm going to take my arms straight out to the side, begin to project my left foot back as I fold forward. Now flying parallel to the ground, flying. Right here, keep it strong, keep it strong. I'm going to bend my standing leg, tap back with my left foot. I've gone about 3 feet back, and I'm folding down over that right leg, getting the hamstring stretch. This is an excellent place for your blocks. If you don't have blocks, you could put your hands on the seat of a chair or touch the floor, bend your knee if you need. Okay, let's let our head go. Swing your right hip back, swing your left hip forward. Left hand down, right hand is going to come up for twisting triangle. Stay with me, right? You're breathing slowly. You're letting your mind be empty so that your body can receive, your mind can receive a fresh supply of light force energy. One more breath. And we're going to bring that hand down to the ground. And your back foot is going to step forward. Now, if you really wanted to go through a push-up cycle, you could do it, and you could jump forward when you're done. Most of us will just step forward. We're going to take our arms out, and guess what? It's time for side 2. That's not such a bad sequence. We're going to do it right now. I'm going to take that right foot, pull it up, place it against my inner thigh. Oops. And take those hands and reach them up. If balancing in tree pose is not challenging enough for you, there's different things that you could do. You could turn your gaze up to the ceiling. That's much more difficult. Or you could try closing your eyes if you think you're really fancy. Now try and make your transition warrior 3. Your arms go out to the side. Your right leg begins to project back. And you're trying to fly. Fly, da da da. What's that song? To the sky. Okay, take one more inhale. And go back about 3 feet. And I'm going to fold right over my leg. Can you just let go a little bit? Let go of your shoulders, let go of your neck, let go of your problem. Trust, open, flow, whatever you want to think about it, whatever word feels good, just allow it. Bring your right hand down. Take your left hand up. Who cares if you're not the most flexible person in the world? Right? You can feel amazing in your yoga postures. I mean, if I judged myself as a teacher based on what I see people doing on Instagram, I'd get an F. I can't do a million of those things. My body just doesn't do it. I'm older. I haven't practiced it in that way, whatever. I'm not built that way. I have a little bit of tightness in my hips, whatever. I know I can feel amazing in yoga. It's not about how fancy you are. It's about how you direct yourself and what you can bring yourself to feel. Take one more inhale. Now, when we come out of it, you're going to place those hands on the ground. Step yourself back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come on forward. Go down. Back bend. All right, you made it through. Now I'd like you to come onto your stomach. And we're going to take a little breathing interlude here. So onto your stomach, everybody. I'd like you to take your legs about as wide apart as your mat is. Go ahead and either put your forehead down or turn your head on a side, something like that that feels comfortable. My legs are about as wide as my mat. My feet are actually just sitting on the outside of my mat. They're sitting on the wood floor. And what I want you to do is really, really breathe as deeply as you can. Take about 5 breaths and fill your belly against the floor. Really feel that expansion, the balloon of your belly. Really feel that breath moving. Hear that breath moving. We're learning how to breathe deeply into our lungs right now, right down to the base of your lungs. Feel the belly expand against the floor. If you have your head on one side, I'd like you to turn it to the other side. And breathe in and out, just naturally. Don't pull your breath. Now just let it be natural. There's still the awareness that your lower lungs are filling. And what we're going to do, now that we've relaxed and we've
gotten our awareness down into the lower lungs and down into the belly, is we're going to do some back bends on our stomach. And maybe you're going to want to amplify it a little bit with some breath of fire, maybe not, but it's an option. So your legs are together, and here's how we go. Put your hands down on the small of your back, let your head go. And I'm going to have my chin or my face down. I'm going to inhale, lift the chest and both legs up. That's one. Exhale down. Inhale, come on up. And down. Next one, we're going to hold it. So let's come up and hold. Inhale. Don't hold your breath, just hold your posture. Your hands could stay back. Your arms could go out to the side. Your arms could go forward. You can do long, deep breathing, or you can do breath of fire. You can pant like a dog, or through the nose, or long, deep breathing. A little bit longer. Here, let's keep going. Inhale up. And come on down. If you ever need child's pose, take your child's pose. Now just feel the runoff. Feel the release. Feel the spread. Feel the drain. Feel the releasing. And the reset to empty. Very, very good. Okay, for the next one, I'm going to give you one of two options. So your lighter option would be to do a Sphinx pose and potentially bend your knees, elbows on the ground. Your deeper option, you're going to reach back, right hand to right foot, left hand to left foot. And we're going to come up into our bow pose. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. Let's do it a few more times. Up and down. We don't care how high we're going. Just go to a good place for you. Inhale, come on up. Now stay here. Long, deep breath. Breath of fire. Tongue out like a dog or through your nose or deep breathing. Let's go. Inhale deeply. Ooh, exhale, come on all the way down. Let's now rest it in child's pose. Come on back. I got my knees wide. Big toes are touching one another. This is really good. Let yourself relax for a second. Again, I would like your knees to be wide, your big toes to touch one another. It makes plenty of space for your belly and your lower back. You melt your chest, you melt your forehead. Good. Okay, bring your elbows down onto the ground here for just a moment. This is a Sphinx pose like this. I've got knees wide, forearms are down on the ground, my fingers are pointing forward. Anybody could stay here and just kind of pull their chest long for a moment. But if you can come on, or if you can move on with me, I'm going to do something that'll be a little bit more challenging, potentially in your knees. So stay forward if that's what you need to do. If you can, sit yourself up so that you're resting your tush in your heels. There's a little cup. Your feet are a cup for your butt. Bring your hands back. Okay? Now we're going to tuck that tail under, and that's already a really good quadricep stretch. Some of us are going to go back onto our elbows. Well, that's convenient. I have this little daybed for my head right here. Or some of you may go all the way down onto your back, but whatever you're doing, you're really tucking up, really getting that good stretch. Your knees are heavy, your tail is lifting, quads are stretched. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Now, if you're fighting, you need to soften a little bit. Just soften it. We don't fight our way into poses. And go ahead and slowly come on back. And then we'll all meet once again in that Sphinx variation. So take your body, your torso anyways, and walk it to the left. So this knee that's closest to you in the camera, that's my left knee. Now I'm going to take my right elbow and I'm going to put it down on the ground like I'm getting ready to arm wrestle. Right elbow on the floor, palm is up, left hand is going to come into it, left elbow pointing to the ceiling. It's a prayer twist. And we're going to let our shoulders start to drop and we're going to lengthen the spine and twist it out here. You got to do what feels good. Move in a way that feels good. Come on out of that. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. So now I'm walking the torso towards the right knee. Left elbow is going to get ready for an arm wrestling match. Elbow down on the ground, hand is up. And then the right hand comes into the left hand. Right elbow points to the ceiling. And left shoulder drops. Good. It's just an eternal practice. We're practicing. We're not perfecting. Some days you're going to be more open. Some days you're going to be less open. Some days you'll have breakthroughs. Some days you'll have regressions. We're just practicing. We're navigating. It's never the same twice. Come on, all the way back. Come onto your hands and your knees. Let's take a pigeon pose on our right side. So why don't we do a few cat-cows first, chin up, chest up, round your back. Okay, if you need to be on your back, say your hips are too tight or you have knee issues or something like that, come on your back and cross your right ankle to your left knee. Do the pigeon on your back. Otherwise, I'm going to bring right knee to right wrist, turn that leg out a little bit, walk my left leg back, elbows are coming down. Again, you could be on your back, crossing your right ankle on your left knee, and hugging the left knee in. Now let's bow our head. Okay. Let's do the second side. If you're on your back, stay on your back, switch your legs. If you're here on your stomach with me, we'll slide the right knee back. We'll slide the left knee forward. I slide it up towards my left wrist, turn the leg out, take the right leg back. There we go. And coming down onto the elbows, maybe down onto the chest, maybe forehead on the ground, maybe not. So for me on the left side, I really feel where the blockage is. This is my tight side. I feel a lot of compression in there. And so my aim as I'm breathing is to try and open the channel. That's the best way I could say it. It's like if your tunnel has a lot of debris in it, you can't walk through the tunnel. So you kind of got to clear the debris. Breathe through it like you're clearing the debris away. Wherever there's tension, relax and imagine that you're breathing through it. One more, everybody. We're going to all come down. If you're on your back, you're going to stay on your back. If you're not on your back, you're going to take your legs and bring them around, and we are going to slowly come on down onto our back. Now, if you want to rock and roll with me, I roll back, knees towards my forehead, and then I roll forward. It's very much like being on a swing. When you go back, your legs lift. When you exhale, your heels pull down, and that momentum will keep you rolling. You've got to keep your back round though. Inhale back, exhale forward. Now, if you can't do that, just stay on your back and roll around in circles. That's nice too. So let's do about 3 or 4 more just to kind of distribute the energy and really push it up into the brain, up and down through the spine. Most important channel, most important conductor of energy in your body is your spine. Come on down onto your back. You can break just about any bone in your body, but you can't break your spine. Right? God forbid, you could even lose a limb. You could be amputated and still move on. You can't do that with the spine. You got to keep your spine healthy and your energy flowing through it. Primary conductor of energy. Put your feet flat down on the ground. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor. Now, let's do this like a slinky, not a board, but like a slinky. When you inhale, lift your hips up, you roll all the way up to your neck. When you exhale, you roll from your neck down towards your tail. Inhale up, roll through the vertebra. Exhale down like a slinky. Really move it. Inhale up, exhale it down. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift it. Interlace your hands beneath your body. Lift your hips up high. Some of you maybe want to transition to wheel pose. You would do that now. You could release. You could bring your hands by your ears and pop all the way up to the full back bend. Those of us who are happy in a bridge right now, let's stay right here. Oh, can you feel that movement of the breath now into your upper lungs? Can you feel it under your breastbone? Can you feel it under your collarbones? Really open those lungs. Inhale and exhale. Come on down. You're the next contestant. Let's take a second here on our backs. Just be in a state of emptiness. Be in a state of receptivity. Feel what it's like to be free of mind for just a moment. Nothing telling you you're lost, nothing telling you you're confused, nothing telling you you're wrong. Good. Very, very nice. Let's take our left leg, stretch it on the floor, pull your right knee into your body. And then come on back into the twist. I'm going to drop my right knee to the left side. If you'd like to do deeper twists or other variations of the twist, that's fine. I just bent my right knee and dropped it to the left. And I'm going to hang out right there. If we're practicing correctly, if we're giving ourselves over to our practice, regardless of where we begin the practice, we should feel incrementally better by the time we end the practice. More energized, more alive, more hopeful, more clarity, greater connection to well-being. And it might just be incremental. It might be 1 degree. It might not be 10 degrees better. It might be 1 degree better. Come on to the second side. But the aim of our yoga practice is to help us improve the state of being
in the present moment. Take the left knee and drop it over. And even if you think of that first statement, if you don't get lost, how do you find your way? If you're in a mind frame of I'm lost, I'm lost, I'm lost, what am I doing with my life? I'm lost, I'm lost. That's a very different vibration from I'm finding my way. It's okay. I'm taking my time. I'm giving myself space. I'm being kind to myself as I find my way. You're standing in the exact same spot, but the vibration of your mind is very different. And your yoga practice should help you make that shift to more tolerance, more acceptance of yourself, more peace, forgiveness if that's what you need. Come on back through the center. And let's stretch our legs out on the ground. Take your legs, stretch them out on the ground. And go into that state once again of emptiness. Where you don't know anything about yourself for a moment. You don't know about your past. You don't have any ideas about your future. You don't know too much about your personality, about your likes or your dislikes. You're simply a battery right now that is receiving a recharging from an infinite supply of life force energy. And all you have to do to receive it is tune into it. You don't have to be more worthy. You don't have to be wealthier. You don't have to be thinner. Just receive for about 2 or 3 minutes. Before you fully wake yourself back up, just feel the charge now. Feel the charge. There's no way that you can't feel it. A tingle, a vibration, a wave, light, color, however you experience it, feel the sense of being charged. It's free, it's always given. All you need to do is tune into it. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. You've done the work, you've tuned into it. It's your benefit. Let's bring ourselves up to sitting. I'm just your cheerleader. Come on all the way up, hands together at your heart. What a fabulous, timeless class this was. Just where did the hour go? So, so, so beautiful. Loved it. Okay, once you're seated, let's finish with an Om. Take a nice deep breath in. Om. Rub your hands, make them warm.
Take your hands over your head and your body. Namaste. I love you all. I'm so happy that you're here. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Namaste. Thanks for practicing with me today. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up.